Hello and welcome to Craig's World. Tonight we're going to be reviewing the what was voted for in the poll this week, the worst season 22 story starring Colin Baker and Nicola Bryant as Perry in Timelash 1985, and I will go straight to the trailer. Cheers, Brian, for that. So, technically, a time corridor called the Timelash has been set up to punish dissidents on the planet Carfel, dumping them alive but permanently into Earth's early history, where the Doctor goes back in time through and to meet H.G. Wells, for example. There is a crazy dictator who pretends to be a human form, but really he looks like a seal pup in a chair with an android friend who looks a bit like John Paul Gaultier with blonde hair and blue skin. I'm going to open the floor now to whoever wants to give their take on this worst episode.
Oh boy, I just have to say, it's not the cast's fault. It's more down to the script writing on this one. I mean, Timelash, it's not really a memorable story. If you think of all of Colin Baker's greatest stories in his run, like you have the Two Doctors, you've got Attack of the Cybermen, you've got the one with Seal, Vengeance on Varos, and then you look at Timelash and you just think, what is this mess? Again, the casting, it was nobody's fault, but it just looked like a filler episode and nobody knew exactly what to do with it. The only positives I can say that saved this piece of drivel was Colin and Nicola, of course, Paul Darrow, who just stole the show, and for those not familiar, he had been in Doctor Who before with John Pertwee, who got lovely callbacks into this, because some genius thought the Doctor's been here before, so it was nice to revisit the Third Doctor and Joe. And that's about it. The Third Doctor and Joe, the Sixth Doctor and Perry, and Paul Darrow, the only saving graces on this. Is it a memorable story? No. Is it a forgettable story? When people think of Doctor Who, no one says, hey, look, it's that fantastic Timelash. So it should belong in the waste bins of whoever created it.
I think I agree with you, because I think that it is remembered for all the wrong reasons. In particular, going back to that trailer, that hand puppet that was attacking Perry in the dungeon. I mean, you know, I thought the Hoover was bad in Death to the Daleks, but, you know. Let's move on to Daniel. Are you there, Daniel?
Yeah, I am here. Yeah. Actually, I saw this a long time ago, so I don't really remember very much of it. But I gotta tell you, I thought it was okay. Just like every other Colin Baker episode, I thought it was just okay. I'm more of a Tom Baker fan, but you know, this one is like I said, it's okay, and yeah, nothing special. Yeah.
Because even the relationship between Colin and Perry, I know it was strained at times with him being grouchy, but at some point it felt like he was just being really bitchy to her, like, and it's cringy. But then I get it, because that is the Sixth Doctor. That is how he portrayed it, and I think he gets a bad run because of the costume, but he is a really brilliant actor. But I think the writing was so bad, and it was so wooden. I mean, this was like a classic plot twist with, you've got rebels, a bit like in Revelation of the Daleks, where you've got rebels on a planet, then they get found out, then they get tortured, and that's from the get-go. As soon as this starts, someone's being murdered to death in the most gruesome way, and I don't know if that's an Eric Serra thing, but that was a bit of a running trend in 1985 to 86 in Doctor Who. It was people being tortured or killed, or in the most strangest ways, with a bit of cowboys and Indians in it as well. But it seemed to be a bit like Vengeance on Varos as well, but that in itself is a good one. But there was a big focus on on-screen violence, and I don't know what anyone thinks about that.
For its time, you can understand, because Doctor Who was trying to keep itself fresh and move away from the whole safeness of the Davison era. But I still wonder if that Doctor had stayed on, I still wonder what this season could have been, because it's obvious these scripts were written for him. They just had to make a couple of changes for Colin to fit in with him and Perry. And that's the one problem doctors seem to face now, is the writers, when they don't know much about the new Doctor, they just rehash what they have in mind. So all the violence stuff probably would have been toned down if he was still there, but it was the 80s, and it just seemed to become the most common thing. I think they were trying to hark back to Tom's era when it was going more darker, like you saw in The Deadly Assassin. That had to be one of the darkest things that has come out of his run. I know that was 70s, but like near end, start of 80s, but still, everything towards Doctor Who, when it goes dark, it can be great, but the violence, if played well, it can go well, but the violence in this was just silly. It was over the top. The Americans don't have it, but it just seemed like a pantomime, and I was expecting Christopher Biggins to pop out somewhere just along this story and say, "Hello, Doctor, hello, I'm the villain after all," and that's how silly this was. But
even the bit
in terms of violence, Doctor Who, it was the Mary Whitehouse Brigade stuff.
Yeah. And even the bit when Perry was sniffing the flowers, and then just they've written in that if she sniffs them, they produce acid into whoever's smelling the flowers. And I was thinking back to Vengeance on Varos, where someone gets pushed into an acid bath. But I thought, why on earth have they now mentioned that? It's like they've just gone for the most gruesome, creepiest thing they could think of. Just threw that in there, just willy-nilly.
I mean, once again, just to remind everyone, she's a botanist. We got it a long time ago when you were a Davison lady.
And let's go over to Brian. What are your thoughts on this one, Brian?
Are you there? Are you there, Brian Fandango?
I'm here.
What's up?
What's that? My thoughts, I guess, would be on Timelash. Probably surprisingly a good episode, good story. I thought that this was a good story and a decent story for Colin, for his Doctor. I love the villain. I thought as a Doctor Who villain, I think it was like one of the best for a Doctor Who villain. I think he for me, I think he's like one of the villains that they should bring back for New Who, like for a little nod to the classic era. So yeah.
I like when Joe Grant's picture was shown, and then it made me question, thinking, when the hell did the third Doctor go into the Timelash? And then I'm thinking now, that is something that they could rewrite and replay into a future Doctor Who as something that we've never seen, because it was an off-screen episode. But they never do what the fans want, so I don't expect.
Unless you listen to Big Finish.
Oh yeah, they'll probably Big Finish it. Yeah.
No, yes, that was the nicest thing. The villain as well. Unfortunately, the actor who played it, I say, it was not down to the writing. He did his best with what it worked, but in a mask like that, that must have been so uncomfortable back then, just to look like someone has been poking out your eye, and you're trying to be like a serious villain, and you can't take him seriously. Looking at it's like somebody had took mashed potatoes and glued it to his face. But the villain's backstory is good. It's just like someone at the BBC was telling him, right, John Nathan Turner, we can't keep throwing the budget at Doctor Who. Either we have these panto stories or none at all. And it's a shame because, as most of us know, that Colin's next season was scrapped, and unfortunately, I think that's where it ruined it, because they were planning Ice Warriors, they were planning the Return of Sil, and just we were probably neglected of stuff like that. But for Timelash, it should just belong in the Winds of Time. It just seemed like a nice try, and it just felt like a safe episode, something that would be played on the new series where you'll get a guest writer in and does a really safe episode, and this is probably the start of it, the safe episode format.
No, it wasn't.
Because they made them 45 minutes long, so they were doing a new test. Instead of the 20 minutes, 4 20-minute episodes, it was two 45-minute long episodes, and I don't know, maybe they should do that now. Well, they do that now, don't they?
Yes, but as I say, this was like a pilot, and the pilot didn't work very well. It's, again, nothing to do with the cast. It's just the costuming, some of the silly sets. You can tell this is when the BBC was giving up hope on the show when you watch Timelash.
Yeah, totally agree. So let's give our final thoughts and a rating out of 5. So it's 5 poops, 1 being really crap, 5 being really good. Matt?
As much as I love the cast in it, because they are great cast, don't get me wrong, and for the episode itself, had it been written better and better costuming and done better, I would score higher, but unfortunately I stand at 3.5. I can't rate Timelash any higher.
And let's go over to Daniel.
Yeah, what are the ratings again? I forgot.
5 is good and 1 is really bad.
Well, I don't know. Is there a midway? It's not bad, but it's not good either.
I just said 3.5.
Yeah, I give it like a 3.5 as well.
I was gonna rate 3 in my head when I was thinking of it. 3 poops. And Brian, what would you give it out of 5?
Me, I'm probably gonna give this a 5.
Okay. And now we're gonna discuss the new up and coming Shada, starring Tom Baker. Brian, could we have a trailer for that, please?
Sure thing. Just searching for it right now.
So this is a pre-order release for December the 4th. Tom Baker's back in the TARDIS, back in costume. He's filmed some bits a few months ago, and this was the untransmitted original story that has been pieced together with animation as well. Some pretty cool animation, I think, as well.
When I was on the river, I heard a strange babble of inhuman voices.
You brought a book from Gallifrey to Cambridge.
If Skagler has the TARDIS and the book, he can get to Shada. Shada? Do not fight, or you will die. Doctor, your mind shall be mine. I'm not mad about your tailor. Kill them. Paragraphs, talk. What have you done?
Doctor.
For a very rough ride. Shada. Let the universe prepare itself.
Well, I gotta say, I can't wait to see this. I mean, I like the animation in this. I wasn't too keen on some of the old Doctor Who animation that they've done because it's not very good compared to some online stuff. But this one looks quality. And now that Tom Baker's back in the TARDIS, I can't fucking wait for this, man. Seriously.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna get this. I'm so good. On December 4th, I'm gonna get it. It's so good.
I've asked Father Christmas for it.
Tom Baker.
Oh, let's have this. Yeah, let's see what Tom Baker has to say.
Yeah, Doctor Who, 1974 to 81, and in the last 5 years for Big Finish Productions. What a life I lead. I just want to wish you a happy Doctor Who day. Yeah, from Tom Baker. I think of myself as the happiest of all the Doctor Whos. They might not agree with that, but then let them disagree.
Love old Tom. Brian, what do you think about Shada?
Shada!
He doesn't know what Shada is. I bet. Oh, what's Shada?
I know what Shada is. Shada. I got it on DVD.
Show me.
Lila Ward signed the cover.
Really?
It's Lana. I've told you this.
Whatever.
So come on, show us your DVD.
What I think is Shada. I enjoyed that story so much, and I think it'll be absolutely so much better, and probably will be absolutely even more better with the animation version of Shada that will be coming out within.
So wait, did they make it? Did they make it? Because you said you have it on DVD.
It's probably the linking one that Tom did.
Yeah.
It's the 35th anniversary edition.
That's the one where Tom Baker's linking the narration in it.
And he's in that Doctor Who museum, which is, I think that's the best bit when it first comes on, because he's so funny. And he goes past the Rastan Warrior robot and he says, "Rastan Warrior robot."
Yeah, so, but with the complete story added with animation, I think would be making the story a whole lot better, and it would be so much better. So I can't wait for it to come out on DVD next year.
December the 4th is out.
Not December 4th, next year.
January the 4th.
Have they extended it to January? Oh.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
For those who are going to the lovely screenings, get it early on DVD.
Where are they screening it in?
The BFI, it's sold out. And they're doing a signing at the Who shop in Essex.
Oh, it's good there. I've been there. It's really good there. They've got
Yes, if you go on December 9th, they'll be doing a signing with Daniel Hill from Shada.
That'll be good. Is that the official cover?
Yes, Clayton Hickman was supposed to do the original. They didn't like it for some reason.
Well, I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight, and if you're interested in joining our podcast, then check out Craig's World on YouTube or the Craig's World Facebook page. We review the worst of film and TV, Doctor Who seasons, worst Doctor Who companions, worst monsters. There's regular polls. Check out the sister channel at Geeks Assembled on YouTube if you want to review modern and classic movies and TV. Just check out Geeks Assembled on Facebook. If anyone's got any websites or channels they want to plug, go for it.
And don't forget to buy Brian.
We're gonna have to wait until January to get the DVD.
I'm gutted. I thought it was December the 4th.
Yeah, me too.
And
been pushed.
December 27th is Twice Upon a Time in theaters.
Yeah, so like we get to so like Twice Upon a Time is gonna probably come out on DVD in January, so we can get both Shada and Twice Upon a Time in January on DVD. Yay! He's
only saying December 27th because he's seeing it in cinema.
I am gonna see it in cinema.
That'll be really good, man.
So what? You're closing your eyes on Christmas Day and going 2 days later?
No, I'm gonna see it twice. One on TV and one in the theater.
And that is the definition of Twice Upon a Time. Please subscribe to Brian. He is his own channel anyway.
Oh yeah.
Brian needs to learn what a mountain bike is, people. Please leave some comments below and just to explain what a mountain bike is.
And send money to the UNICEF Brian charity.
Say like what the next cast will be.
And the next cast is going to be a Power Rangers movie cast review.
Oh yeah, I love the Power Rangers movie.